Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahashah, Bahasham al-Wahkadash, double honors unto the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is the book of Genesis chapter 10, where I want to talk about the different names, the multiple different names of the father-in-law of Moses, and what it actually means and what it's all about. Because there are mentioned three different names, but I'm going to get to them. So it says here, Numbers chapter 10, verse 29. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Raguel the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law. So it says here, Hobab of Hobab was the son of Raguel the Midianite. So therefore, Hobab is also a Midianite, because you are what your father is. And then therefore it says that Raguel is the father-in-law of Moses, right? Okay, so now it says that his name is Raguel. Okay, cool. So now if you go to the book of Exodus chapter 2, where he was mentioned for the first time, right? Exodus chapter 2, verse 15. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses for the murder that Moses committed. He murdered the Egyptian man. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelled in the land of Midian, which is where the Midianites dwell. And he sat down by a well. And by the way, this word Midian goes back to the Midianites, of course. And then therefore they are Ishmaelites. As you can see here, Joshua chapter 8, verse 24. Joshua? Huh? Oh, Judges, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking like, huh? Judges chapter 8, verse 24. And Gibeon said unto them, I would desire a request of you, that ye would give me every man the earrings of his prey, because they went to war and they killed those people, and those were then therefore their prey. And then the dead bodies have earrings upon them, so they took them. For they had golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. This is what Gideon requested of all the people that fought that war, right? So they're Ishmaelites, right? Okay, so it says here in verse 1, if you read the chapter for yourself, if you have the time, you will see. I just go to the key points. And the men of Ephraim said unto him, why hast thou served us thus, that thou callest us not, when thou wentest to fight with the Midianites? And they did chide with him sharply, which is fight with him, argue with him and stuff like that. But this show you that these are the Midianites, which are called Ishmaelites, because that's what they are. They are of the people of Ishmael, just like how you have 12 tribes of Israel. Yes, they're Ishmaelites, but they are from, a different tribe. For example, just like I said, the people of Naphtali are not the people of Judah, and the people of Judah are not the people of Reuben, nor Simeon, nor Issachar. They are the same people because they came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So they are Israelites, named after their forefather. But, they have two forefathers before that, which is Isaac and Abraham. But they're not called Isaicians or something like that. They're called the sons of Jacob, right? So the same thing here. So going back to over here. Right. So it says, and dwelt in the land of Midian. That's where Moses dwelled. And he sat down by the well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. Okay. And the shepherds came, which were other people, and drove them away. Get out of here. Make move. Busy, get out of the way. But Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock, because he hated bullies. He hates bullies. He already killed one. And here comes come a few more. And when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, how is it that you are come so soon today? Because a man helped you. And they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock. So he was strong and fast too. I mean, yeah, that's what's up. All the 7 daughters, they couldn't do it as fast as he could. But anyway, so now it shows you that he was seen upon as an Egyptian, and everybody knows that this is not how the Egyptians looked. This is just it's just hilarious, you know. This is more how the Egyptians would look. Right? This is an Edomite. What is this? This is an Arab. This is an Ishmael. This is a Midianite, man. This is an Ishmaelite. You know, because nowadays the Egyptians are seen, I mean the Arabs, are seen now as these people, like this, and this. This is how they portray the Egyptians and stuff like that. This is how they portray them nowadays. So-called brown-skinned first people and stuff like that. Basically Arabs. That's how they portray them nowadays. But everybody know. Well, no, not everybody actually knows this. Well, the people that know that this is a lie. Even their fake scholars know this. That's why they often break the nose. All of a sudden, yeah, only the nose is broken. How convenient. How so beautifully convenient. It's beautiful. Everything is intact but the face, but the nose. It's all good, man. It's all good. You know, a lie can only sustain for so long. Right. So they thought him to be an Egyptian, and also because of his clothing wearing, because, yeah, he grew up there. Okay, so it says here, and he, Reuel, their father, which is the priest. Oh, where is it again? Where it is? Oh, the priest here. The priest of Midian. Reuel, and he said unto his daughters, and where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moses was content to dwell with the man, which is, I looked it up, this a state of peaceful happiness. And he, Reuel, the priest, gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter, and she bare him a son. And he called his name Gershom. So now comes the meaning of this name, Gershom, which means, for he said, I have been a stranger in the strange land. That is the meaning of the name Gershom, stranger, basically. Gershom, one that is from a strange land, but still my seed, because he's also an Israelite. If you didn't notice, the Israelites are Israelites by the blood and seed of their father, which is then therefore Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then Jacob had 12 sons. Well, there were 12 tribes. Actually, there were 13 tribes, including the tribe of Dan. And then you had Jacob, his daughter, which is Dinah. She had not a tribe because it's a woman, so she doesn't make tribe. She receives a tribe within her womb from a man. She receives a bloodline. Women give birth, not life. She births out a bloodline of another person's family. Therefore, back in the ancient days, when you marry a woman, she gets your name and the children get your name. Right. So now it says here that the father, or the father-in-law of Moses, his name was Reuel. Okay. Now this is Numbers chapter 10, verse 29. I just read that. I'm going to read it again. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Raguel. So now it's spelled with a G. The Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, which is Moses' father-in-law. We are journeyed unto the place of which the Lord said, I will give it you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good. This is what Moses told the son of Reuel, or Raguel, the priest of Midian. For the Lord had spoken good concerning Israel. Okay, I'll get to this later with the Ethiopian woman, because that's his second wife, by the way. And I think I'll get to this one later also at the end a little bit more. This is Exodus chapter 18, verse 1. By the way, I just read Exodus chapter 2, so now I think I'm going to read Exodus chapter 3, right? So remember, here it says his name is Reuel, and then here it says Raguel, which is in the book of Numbers, chapter 10. But here in the book of Exodus chapter 3, which is one chapter after this one, so it's not that far, as you can see here, this is Exodus chapter 2, Raguel, and then, Gershom, I just read that, son of Moses, and then going to the number 3, the next chapter. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of the Heavenly Father, even to Horeb, which is the mountain of the Heavenly Father. That was mentioned here, of course. Right. So now it says, wait a minute. So now it says Reuel, and then Raguel, and now Jethro. Well, actually, it was actually first, because, Exodus is before Numbers. Genesis, Exodus, and then Numbers. I'm correct, right? Next book, let me see. What's the next book? Where is it again? Leviticus even got me even further. Right. Then comes Numbers. Right. So he has now, for now, two names. Reuel, which is in the chapter before this, and Jethro. Okay. People might think like, hey, what the hell is this? Well, you have a few explanations, and I'm going to get to them. Now, it is here so mentioned that Genesis chapter 32, verse 28. One example. And he said, the angel said unto Jacob, because he asked him, what's your name? Well, you can read it for yourself, but I'm trying to get to the points because I don't want to make this video too long. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob, right? You can read the rest for yourself if you have the time. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with the Heavenly Father and with men. So that is the meaning of the name Israel. He's a prince with God and also with men. But he's a prince with God first and with men second. And has prevailed. He has won. So that's the name, the Israel. Israel means he prince God. He's a prince of God. He's a prince of power. And the word God means power. As you can see it here, you have the word God in the Hebrew, right? So it says here, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Okay, then you click on the word God, Hebrew 4:30. And it says here, rulers, gods, angels, God. But the point is, it says here, Allahayam, which in the English it would be Elohim. Right. And then you click on the word power. Power. You click on that. And then there comes here 1 Hebrew 35:81, which is to say, and ye know that with all my power I have served your father, which is with all my strength. Because the English is kind of different compared to the Hebrew. It says here in kach or kach, kacha or kach, right? So it says strength. So with all my strength have I served your God, your father, which is your father, right? But then you have here the other word for power, which is Hebrew 40 or 41:0, 410. It says Allah, which is God, godlike one. But it goes back. You have a lot of definitions. which is also angels, which is the word that I just produced here. I didn't produce it. I mean, I clicked on it, which is this word here, Allah, right? And then you have this word over here, also Allah. So what does God mean? Power, also. It means it also, but it also goes into angels and stuff like that, right? And shortened from Hebrew. It's all. It means also strength and all of that, this type of stuff. So going on, and it also means angels. The powers that be, the people that are in power rulership right now, they are powers. They are, yeah. I mean, they could just shut down the whole earth. Talking about, for your own safety, we will make you go bankrupt and start making you feed out of a garbage can and stuff like that. That's power. If you can stop people's income of food against their will, right? So yeah, so that's the word power. So that's the word God. So he is a prince of God. He is a prince of power. He has power with Heavenly Father. But the point is that his name changed. That's all the whole point of that. Now Genesis chapter 45, 40 what? 48. But yeah, I think I need to read the whole thing. Wait, I'll get to that. So going back to over here, because I showed you that, okay, the Ishmaelites are Midianites, as you can see here in the first verse, right? So Jethro, okay. Right, so if I wait, let me focus on this thing right here. So now it says here, Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law. So I click on the word Jethro, which is Hebrew 35:03. Yatharawa. Yatharawa. Or Yatharawa. Or Yatharo. Right, the way which you spell it like this. Oh no, shit, wait, sorry. Yatharawa. Right, but a lot of times you take away from the last letter, you take away that letter over there, and it says Yatharao. 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 Right. Jethro. Father-in-law of Moses. Also Jethro. Right. So his name is also spelled as Jether or Jether, whatever you pronounce. I don't know how you pronounce it, but with an accent, I don't know. Okay, so, that's the third one. So now he has the name Reuel, and then the other one, Jethro. And then this one, Jether. And then the other one, Raguel. Right. And then it says here, then I clicked on, and then it says his father-in-law. Right. As you can see here, you can read it here. Where is it? Yeah, his father-in-law. And then I clicked on that word. What's the meaning of that word? So it says here, Hebrew 28:59. Hebrew 28:59. Chatan, right? It says here Katan, but the CH is spelled chemical, for example, in English, and is chemies in the Dutch, as you can see here. Translate, and also in the Hebrew, by the way. Translate English, Dutch, chemical, which is chemical, but it says here, which is Dutch, yes.
Chemical.
Yeah, they don't translate Dutch. Chemies. See, it's you pronounce it like a right?
Chemical.
And here you say like a K. Chem, like chemit. And this is chemies. By the way, it's the same word. Chemical.
Chemies.
You do it like a G, like, right? And this is chemical. And this is chemies, which is the same word, by the way. Yeah, but it's the same thing here. It doesn't say katan. Well, it does say it if you have the accent, so sorry about that. Right, so it says katan. in the English, right? But here it says, yeah, chatan, yeah, chatan. It's actually spelled kind of, it's spelled good. Chatan, yeah, that's what it is, right? Chatan. It says here to become a son-in-law, and then therefore, um, you that person is then therefore your father-in-law. Make oneself a daughter's husband, which therefore you are then a father, is a son-in-law to, and that person is then therefore your father-in-law. Wife's father, her father, wife's mother. Well, not necessarily, because then it would be another word, because it's not. See, the English doesn't have certain words. I mean, sorry, the Hebrew doesn't have certain words as the English has. I'm gonna give you an example. The word children does not exist in the Hebrew. For example, if I type here in children of Israel, and then the first one that comes up is Genesis 32:32. Therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh, unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh, which is the angel did that. You can read the chapter for yourself to get it. In the sinew that shrank, you see the children of Israel again, right? So I click on the word Hebrew 11:21, which is the word for children, right? And what does it say? Son, grandson. It is not child, because it's a son, member of a group. It is son, male child, a male boy, for example. Grandson, yeah, that's good too. Children, plural. No, that is not what it is, because it's not male and female. Now it says here, so it says here ban, right? Which is this what it is. But in the English you would say ben, but it's actually ban, right? So going over. So it says here children, right? But it says ban, which means son. And then you have here the word son, and it says, I typed in the word sons of Israel. Then I typed in, and the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came from the famine, for the famine was in the land of Canaan, right? So the same word here, sons, it doesn't say children, it says sons. It's right in front of me. It's also Hebrew 11:21. So the word children is also Hebrew 11:21, and the word sons or son is also Hebrew 11:21. And as you can see here, the word daughters is Hebrew 13:23. So let me go over here. Hebrew 11:21 for sons and also for children. So what does the word ban mean? Ban means son. It doesn't have nothing to do with females. But nowadays, what does the so-called Caucasian people do? They say, hey guys, come over here. Meaning, hey you guys. It says here, the plural term guys ended up evolving into the, what? Whatever, man. Alternative to refer to a group of people. Yeah, a group of people. Regardless of whether group members are male or female. See, this is just confusion. Guys isn't a gendered word anymore, right? So this is all confusion. This is craziness. So that's what's up. So that's the same thing that they're trying to do here. They added on to the definitions of the people of the ancient world, which is it's not how it's supposed to be. So let's stick to how it was written in that time for the explanation's sake, so that it is correctly translated from out of their perspective and something and stuff like that in minds. And the word daughter, as you can see here, I typed in the word daughters of Israel. And it says here, and the sons of Jacob came out to the field when they heard it. And the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel, and lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. He raped her, actually. So yeah, forcibly. So this is the word daughter, Hebrew 13:23. And it says daughter, girl, adopted girl, daughter-in-law. So it can also be used for daughter-in-law. Yeah, right? Granddaughters, female child, cousin. Of course, it can also be used for cousin. And cousin is also one of those words that is so-called multi, it's a man or a woman or a boy or a girl, whatever. But it goes into young woman. So it shows you that the word children does not exist. So when it says the children of Israel, it's talking about the sons. When it says the daughters of Israel, then it's talking about the daughters specifically. But the children of Israel and the sons of Israel are one word, which is the sons of Israel. Ban. Right. Now that I did that, I'm going to go back to... No, not here yet. Where's it? Right. So, father-in-law. Okay, cool cat. So, where was I now? So it says here, Exodus... Right, so I clicked on the word... back to this. Mother-in-law. That's not what it is. It is wife's father, yes, father-in-law, to become a son-in-law, which would then therefore make it that you are the father-in-law, because, that you are the son-in-law, therefore he is your father-in-law, right? And this is then therefore Exodus chapter 2, verse 18. And when it came to Reuel, their father, which was the father of those 7 daughters, which is the priest, Hebrew 74:67. Hebrews 74:67 here. Reuel, friend of the Heavenly Father. Another person was named this also. Here you have the father-in-law of Moses and also Jethro. So now we can see that Reuel is also Jethro, as they say it here. But I'm going to give you a few examples of how the scriptures work in the ancient time concerning the naming of peoples and stuff like that. So now if I go back to the book of Genesis,